rewind back to the pre-2014 era. You must remember India sending dossiers to inimical countries in order to not offend global and regional hegemons like the USA and China. Fast forward to 2022, the big wigs of the Indian government can easily be found thrashing both mutual rivals for fun. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Apurva, and if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story, in this video I'm here to tell you how Dr. Jaishankar is taking every opportunity to remind US and China that they are the ones responsible for the entire ruckus. So let's begin. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar is not in a mood to let our rivals go scot-free. He is taking every opportunity to remind US and China that they are the ones responsible for the entire ruckus. He is constantly reminding the world that China is expansionist. Simultaneously, External Affairs Minister is also telling the US to take responsibility for its past deeds. At a town hall organized by News 18, Dr. Jaishankar was in full swing. He took the opportunity to express India's position on multitudes of the issue concerning our strategic interest. He tackled the China issue by re-emphasizing that under his and PM Modi's watch, China would never be able to expand the line of actual control in its favor. Jaishankar apprised the audience that both India and China have been negotiating after Galwan Valley confrontation. Actually, it is China that gets the blame for all this. Jaishankar stated that because China tried to illegally occupy Indian territory, our soldiers also advanced towards them. Ultimately, the points of friction increased, which both countries have not been able to fully solve after 15 rounds of negotiations. Declaring that China won't be able to alter the LAC, Jaishankar said, there are areas where they pulled back, we pulled back. Remember, both of us are very much in advance of what our pre-April positions were. Has it all been done? No. Have we made substantial solutions? Actually, yes. It is hard work, it is very patient work, but we are very clear on one point, which is we will not allow any unilateral attempt by China to change the status quo or alter the LAC. Jaishankar stressed that the long duration and increased rounds of negotiations are not going to deter India from bringing its own rights on the negotiation table. Currently, both countries are involved in a bitter border dispute. India is constantly nudging China to respect the line of actual control, while China continues to push back against it. The border dispute reached its peak when China tried to take advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic by launching an offensive on the border in May 2020. After the Galwan Valley attack, a total of 15 rounds of negotiations have taken place between both the countries. After the third round of meetings, both India and China had agreed to resolve the conflict in Galwan Valley, patrolling points 15 and patrolling point 17A. China did oblige to disengage from Galwan Valley, but it has still not fulfilled its disengagement obligations in PP15 and PP17A. Meanwhile, Jaishankar did not forget to remind other powers of their diminished status as well. When the talk of the town shifted towards Uncle Sam, Jaishankar stated that in spite of US half-heartedly trying to get close to us, its checkered history with Pakistan cannot be forgotten. Fairly and squarely holding the US responsible for India's trouble with Pakistan, Jaishankar said, a lot of our problems with Pakistan are directly attributable to the support which the United States gave to Pakistan. The statement is a direct counter to moral posturing by US on terrorism issue. From the day it was born, Pakistan has been trying to snatch Kashmir from India, but it never had the money or muscle to do so. It is the USA which initially provided money to the terrorist nation. By the end of 80s, in the name of anti-Soviet crusade, it provided Pakistan with muscles as well. Pakistan was the launch pad, and the modern-day terrorists were US-backed fighters against Soviet Russia. Soon, Pakistan sniffed an opportunity and transferred these mujahideen to Kashmir. At the same time, it played victim card to the USA by claiming that it is itself a victim of terrorism. In this way, Pakistan kept getting money for training terrorists and sending them to create ruckus in India. But over the last 2 decades, times have changed. India has registered a massive economic uptick due to which it is moving towards Atmanirbharta in its own defense expenditure as well as technology. Modi government has thrown Pakistan out of Kashmir negotiations and has maintained that it is our own internal matter. India took stance on various other issues which were totally antithetical to that of the USA. Increased trade with Russia is one of them. USA is also forced to salute the rising sun. Russia-India relations did not make an iota of difference in Quad. Uprising the same, EAM Jaishankar said, but today there is a US that is able to take a long view, which is actually able to say India has a different history with Russia and we have to take that into account. India's confidence in the 21st century has skyrocketed. The old days of world being bipolar or even unipolar in favor of the USA are over. China dented USA's hegemonic status and India is doing the same to China. At the same time, India is taking enough care that the USA does not chip in with wild card in the Asian century.